They told you cholesterol is the silent killer. They told you your only chance to survive a heart attack is to take a pill every single day for the rest of your life. They told you that your numbers, those neat little digits from a blood test, were the only thing standing between you and a coffin. But what if I told you the truth about high cholesterol and statins is not what you've been led to believe? What if the biggest health lie of the past 50 years is right in front of you, swallowed by millions daily, disguised as medicine, but hiding a shocking truth the pharmaceutical industry doesn't want you to know? This isn't just about cholesterol. This isn't just about a pill. This is about control of your body, your health, and your future. And tonight, I'm going to expose what doctors whisper about behind closed doors, what research quietly buries in the footnotes of medical journals, and what billions of dollars in advertising has successfully hidden from you for decades. Statins, the so-called miracle drugs that lower cholesterol, have been prescribed like candy. More than 200 million people worldwide are on them. You might even have a bottle sitting on your nightstand right now. Maybe your doctor handed you a prescription after a routine checkup, telling you it would save your life, that it would protect your heart. And you trusted them. You trusted the white coat, the authority, the science. But here's the shocking part. Lowering cholesterol doesn't always mean lowering your risk of heart disease. Yes, you heard that right. Cholesterol, the very substance you've been taught to fear, is not the enemy it's been made out to be. In fact, your body needs cholesterol. Without it, your brain wouldn't function, your hormones would collapse, your cells would fall apart. So why have we been told the exact opposite? Why has cholesterol been demonized for half a century? The answer is simple. Money. Think about it. A pill you must take every day for the rest of your life. That's not treatment. That's a subscription. And the pharmaceutical industry knows it. Statins are among the most profitable drugs in history, generating hundreds of billions in revenue. Do you really think they want you cured? Or do they want you dependent? Let's dig deeper. Statins work by blocking an enzyme in your liver, preventing it from producing cholesterol. Sounds good, right? Less cholesterol in the blood, less chance of clogged arteries. At least, that's the theory. But science isn't always what it seems. In study after study, the actual reduction in heart attacks among statin users is shockingly small. Some trials show a tiny benefit. Others show almost none. And yet the side effects? They're real, they're common, and they're devastating. Muscle pain, memory loss, diabetes, liver damage, these are not rare events. Millions of people experience them. Some brush it off as aging, never realizing their statin is quietly destroying their quality of life. Others are told it's worth it because their cholesterol number looks better on paper. But since when did health become a number? Since when did feeling miserable every day count as prevention? Here's the hidden truth. Heart disease is not just about cholesterol. It's about inflammation, oxidation, diet, lifestyle. It's about sugar, processed foods, seed oils, stress, and lack of sleep. Yet instead of addressing the root causes, the system has convinced us to take a pill that masks a symptom while leaving the real disease untouched. And here's something most doctors won't tell you. Older adults with slightly higher cholesterol often live longer. Yes, you heard that right, longer. Several studies have shown that low cholesterol in seniors is linked to higher rates of death, not lower. Why? Because cholesterol is not poison, it's protection. It repairs your cells. It strengthens your brain. It fuels your hormones. Stripping it away can weaken the very defenses your body relies on. So why, despite this evidence, do statins remain the gold standard? Why do doctors prescribe them like breath mints? The uncomfortable answer is this. The medical system is built on guidelines influenced by pharmaceutical companies. The committees that decide safe cholesterol levels often have financial ties to drug manufacturers. What was once considered normal is now labeled high risk. Not because your biology changed, but because the profit model did. Let me give you an example. Decades ago, a cholesterol level of 240 was considered acceptable. Then it was pushed down to 200. Now, some guidelines say even 180 is too high. What does that mean? Overnight, millions of healthy people became patients eligible for prescriptions they never needed before. A marketing miracle disguised as medicine. And if you think this is just conspiracy talk, look at the numbers. Dozens of independent researchers have spoken out, pointing to flaws in the data, conflicts of interest in clinical trials, in the exaggeration of statins benefits. But their voices are drowned out by billion-dollar advertising campaigns plastering fear into every household. Lower your cholesterol or else. Here's where it gets even darker. Statins don't just lower cholesterol. They also lower coenzyme Q10, a vital nutrient your heart muscle needs to produce energy. Imagine that taking a drug for your heart that actually robs your heart of its fuel. No wonder so many statin users complain of fatigue, weakness, and brain fog. This isn't side effect, it's sabotage now. I'm not here to tell you to throw away your medication tonight. That decision is between you and your doctor. But what I'm telling you is this: don't accept the narrative blindly. Don't let a single blood test define your future. Don't trade away your vitality for the illusion of safety. Because the truth is, there are other ways, natural ways. Powerful ways to protect your heart without destroying your body. Simple changes like cutting out processed sugar, avoiding toxic seed oils, eating real whole foods, managing stress, moving your body daily, and prioritizing sleep do more to prevent heart disease than any pill ever could. Add in natural compounds like omega-3s, magnesium, vitamin K2, and you start building real protection from the inside out. That's what the system won't tell you, because there's no profit in broccoli, no patent on exercise, no billion-dollar ad campaign for 8 hours of sleep, and that's where you have a choice. You can stay trapped in the cycle, more prescriptions, more side effects, more fear. Or you can step outside it, reclaim control, start living in a body that feels alive again. But I know what you're thinking. If this is true, why don't more doctors speak up? The sad reality is many of them are caught in the system, bound by guidelines they didn't create, pressured by insurance companies, drowning in paperwork, and afraid of going against the grain. Some do speak up, but they are labeled fringe or dangerous, even when the data is on their side. Silence is easier than resistance, and so the lie continues. A lie that has convinced millions to swallow a pill while their real health slips away. A lie that has turned prevention into profit. A lie that has buried the truth about cholesterol beneath decades of fear. But tonight, you know better. Tonight, you've seen behind the curtain. The question is, what will you do with that knowledge? Will you keep living in fear, or will you take back your power? Because here's the bottom line. Cholesterol is not your enemy. Statins are not your savior. And the truth that matters most is that your health is in your hands. It's not in a bottle. So the next time someone tells you that your cholesterol is too high, ask them, compared to what? Compared to the human body's natural design, or compared to a number set by a boardroom filled with conflicts of interest? And when they insist that a pill is your only hope, ask yourself, whose hope are they protecting, yours or their bottom line? You deserve answers. You deserve truth. And most importantly, you deserve a life that's not chained to prescriptions, but fueled by real, vibrant health. So here's my challenge to you. Don't just take my word for it. Start learning. Start questioning. Start experimenting with your own life. Cut the sugar. Move your body. Eat foods that nourish instead of poison. Sleep like your life depends on it, because it does. And then see how your numbers change. See how your energy shifts. See how your fear melts away when you realize the truth was never in a pill. It was in your choices all along. They don't want you to know this, but now you do. And that knowledge is power. The truth about high cholesterol and statins is shocking, yes, but it's also liberating. Because once you see the game, you can stop playing by their rules. You can create your own. And that, my friend, is the biggest prescription of all. Freedom. So, are statins really the miracle drug they promised, or the biggest lie in modern medicine? That decision is no longer theirs. It's yours.